So I feel like Spirit is telling us just get ignorant. Let's get ignorant with this motherfucking word, man. Fuck them.
Almighty God, I am so grateful for the blessings you bestowed. Thinking about the past and all the things.
Stage going. Ooh, thank you, Father. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit God, for the messages and stuff we about to receive. Jimmy came out. I'm talking about Jimmy came out. This is an old shirt too. Jimmy said, "Hey, I got something I want to say." I love Jimmy Hendrix. So, oh shit, I'm talking about Jimmy. Y'all don't even know who I am. So, what's up? My name is Sabrina. This is here. Get some stage. This is the Bare Soul Meditation Lounge. I'm here to just explore all things spiritual with you guys. Most of these things I have explored, and Spirit just put it in my heart to share. We are going to be reading my favorite book, like, this is one of my most favorite spirituality books that I have come across. I've read the Bible in order 3 times. I've read the Quran in order 2 times. I've read mysticism books. I've read, all types of spirituality and self-help books. I've read the Bhagavad Gita, the Tao, of course, certain books like, Laws of Power and stuff like that. Just all types of holistic books. But out of all the books that I have come across, nothing defines spirit. The great spirit of all that is, the great spirit of God or Allah or holy, just that holy ether universal spirit that we all are a part of. Nothing breaks it down to me better than this book. And I read the Bible from cover to cover at least 3 times in my adulthood. That's how I knew it was on my walk to spirituality, when I had like this deep feeling like, dang, I feel something strong, I'm feeling something whatever, and I could see the connection and the unity and the synchronicity and everything, and nobody was there with me. Nobody could feel it. Nobody could understand it, although they were in it with me. And I tried to go to the doctor. They tried to medicate me for like feeling and understanding that spirit isn't everything. So then when I came across this book, y'all, like 20 years after that bullshit, happened, going through all my life with people telling me that something's wrong because I feel and see the spirit guide and everything, come across this book, coming across ancient African spirituality, Egyptian heritage, learning that, guess what? What I was feeling was not a facade. What I was feeling is written. It was already written. So when I came across this book, which I came across it on video, on tape first. I listened to it on tape, and it was like this English woman translating or reading the book. Like, she had a strong, like, British accent. Like, it threw me off, but at the same time, the beauty of the words attached me. I mean, it was strong. Like, the Upanishads written. Like, it was like that. But, the words were so strong, I didn't even give a fuck. Like, I was just all in for it. So, we are about to go through the Upanishads together, motherfucking gather, cover to cover. And yes, I do use all my words, all of my words. So if that offends you, I'm not the one for you. Take your ass to church and read the Bible from cover to cover next time you go, instead of letting people play and chop and screw with you verse to verse. He got all this extra stuff. Look, when it comes to like spiritual readings, I don't be with all that extra stuff. I see, because people will try to put their although I've read all of this, and the person that wrote this book is very in tune and is very centered, but some of these books and even some of these readers because I do believe in mysticism, you know, God is in everything, but some of these card readers, like, be trying to put their own toxicity on everything. It's like, you going through your own shit, and it's showing in your read. Like, it's showing in your read. So, before I get started, I just wanted to pull a chakra card. These jumped out. 3 of them jumped out. And I don't read these backwards. They're oracle cards. But this one was intelligence upside down. To me, it's like spirit saying, get ignorant. It's an intelligence card. But it was this way. So I feel like spirit is telling us, just get ignorant. Let's get ignorant with this motherfucking word, man. Fuck them. That's right, you gotta get into this word for real. Like, make that shit real ignorant so motherfuckers can understand. Let's see. Why? Because it's our responsibility to arm ourselves with the word. It's God's will. So don't be afraid to turn over some tables. Don't be afraid to take it there. So that's our word for today. Just like what Jimmy said. Don't be afraid to take responsibility of your future, of your life, by trusting in the guidance, that the Spirit sends to you. Even if you gotta do things that you wouldn't normally do, I go against the grain. So yeah, changing your perception, hangman. So we about to change our perception and get into it. Like, even Jimmy wanting to come out today, like, the strong message for me with Jimi Hendrix wanting to come out is like, even if you have to, don't be afraid to change your environment. Just to hear the calling of God. Sometimes it's a mental environment. Don't be afraid to change your mental environment. Don't be afraid to change relationships. Don't be afraid to just step out of your comfort zone to step into who you really are. Like, for Jimi Hendrix, he's one of the most famous guitarists, you know, known to the history of man, especially in the U.S., but his fame didn't even start in the United States. Like, loud. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, his fame didn't even start here. First of all, he learned how to play guitar on a broom. Didn't even have a guitar. And then secondly, he didn't become accepted into fame until he left the United States. He became famous in England. And then U.S. culture jumped on the bandwagon and was like, oh, Jimmy. You know, he went to the military. He left that. He was homeless. Jimmy went through the motions. So don't be defined by your past. Learn from your past mistakes, because they aren't mistakes at all. Learn from when spirit is pushing you to move in another direction. Don't be afraid to be obedient. Don't be afraid to take new steps. So that's what Jimmy wanted me to share with y'all today. So I'm just gonna bust it open. I'm gonna bust it wide open. I'm about to bust it open, y'all. I lost my first copy of this book. It's a long story. I had a crazy ex-boyfriend, and he kept all of my personal belongings. Like, he even kept my dog. But like, growing up and walking through the spiritual journey, you learn how to become detached from all of that stuff. And it's just a blessing. And this copy is more beautiful than my last copy, because the last copy I got paperback, and this one is like, this time I was like, you know what? I know how special this book is. I'm going hardcover. So not only will God replace things, but God will upgrade it with something better. So don't be afraid to walk away. Ain't that right, Jimmy? Don't be afraid to walk away from shit that don't serve you. I will say this book is tied into like Hinduism and Indian teaching, but all of these theories and all of these teachings root back to ancient Egyptian culture. So just a heads up on that. And yeah, I just wanted to put that out there because I promise you they will tell everybody that the Asians made up meditation, the Hindu came up with, the fraction of who God is. They give credit to everybody but the fucking people that it came from, which is the Egyptians. So like those cultures adapted it from the Egyptians. We used to travel, we used to do all that stuff. Hell, we was in America already before Columbus got here. So anywho, that's for a whole nother YouTube channel that ain't even mine. I'm gonna let y'all go to them for that. I'm here for this. So we're just gonna break it down. So I'm gonna go over it, and when spirit moves me to stop and interrupt, y'all just gotta flow with me because it comes out and I don't have no control. Let me get my crystal. Hold on. Because I still want my words to be loving and stuff. Let me get some communication. Throat chakra. Oh, heart chakra. Yes. So, making sure everything comes from the heart. We did our sage. We're going into the first Upanishad, which is can you see it? The Isa Upanishad. Before I get started, these names get real exotic. You know how black people names get real exotic? When we be LaQuisha, LaQuanda, Tyree, Jonda, and Danisha, and they get real exotic when it comes to some of these Indian names that's in here. So some of these gods and goddesses, so bear with my enunciation. If you feel compelled to go off on me because I said it the wrong way, then have at it, good luck. Because I'm really not going to give a damn. I'm here for spirit. Anyway, so the first Upanishad is the Isa. Y'all know Isa, like Issa Rae? Oh, nah, it's like the Isha, I-I-S-H-A. So not Issa Rae, but Isha. Or the Isha Upanishad. So the first Upanishad, the Isha Upanishad, the Lord is enshrined in the hearts of all. The Lord is supreme reality. Rejoice in Him through renunciation. Giving that shit up. Covet nothing. All belongs to the Lord. Thus, working, you may live 100 years. Thus alone, you will work in real freedom. Not working for money, not working for possession, not working for things that serve materialism, but working for a real purpose. By the time Jimmy became famous and he started playing the guitars and making millions and jillions of dollars, he had done been through the fire. He knew what it was like to not fucking have. He knew what it was like to be homeless. He knew what it was like for people not to believe in him. He had to go all the way to fucking Europe just to make a way for himself. But by the time he did that, he didn't even give a fuck about the money no more. It was playing the guitar, being able to have the ability to play the guitar, to not have to practice on the broomstick, but to actually be able to do it in real life, to manifest that dream that was put into his heart by spirit, and to take form of it, to let it take form. That's living. That's freedom. Not the money that he made from it, but the ability to materialize a dream, the ability to materialize a message that was given to you, instructions that was put into your heart, walking that out. That's the freedom. So verse 3 goes on to say, I told y'all when that shit come, you just go with it. Those who deny the self are born again, blind to the self, enveloped in darkness, utterly devoid of love for the Lord. So again, the self in this context is referring to God's Spirit, Great Spirit, Holy Spirit. So those who deny that Holy Spirit that's in themselves, that holy voice, that holy calling, that awakening, those who deny that are blind to it. They don't know it exists. They doing it for the money. They doing it for the clout. That's what we taught. We so distracted with stuff, and that's the goal. Because just how we use this to connect with God, those that have come before us, that have come across this knowledge, use this same knowledge to separate us from God. But if you aren't aware, and if you're blind to the self, you become enveloped in darkness, as the verse said. You can't see what the fuck going on. Your eyes is open, but they wide motherfucking shut. Utterly devoid of love for the Lord. Utterly devoid. All in the church. All in the wherever's. Serving all in your office buildings. All on your YouTubes. All on the Instagram. Utterly devoid of the Lord. Utterly devoid of the gifts and the beauty and the calling. Everybody want to be a microwave CEO, a microwave boss bitch, a microwave boss. Go get the bag. Dripped out. Utterly devoid. Utterly fucking devoid. Lace fronts and shit. Lace fronts and all the makeup and done. That, the women, nothing against trans men. I love that shit. It's beautiful. Embrace that shit. But women are following the trends of trans men. Utterly fucking devoid. And calling it beauty. And giving tips on it and everything. Bitch, you giving me tips on how to dress up like a boy that's trying to dress up like a girl, bitch. Getting surgery so you could keep your body up with the men that had to do it. Bitch, utterly devoid. Utterly devoid. Don't give me too much. Anyway, so verse 4, I told you gotta trust. Just go with it. Go with it. Verse 4 goes on to say, the self is one. Ever still, the self is swifter than thought. Swifter than the senses. Though motionless, he outruns all pursuit. Without the self, never could life exist. The self, again, referring to God, is one. The self is one. All of the divisions that these traditions and these whatevers, these governments and these people and these neighborhoods and these thought process, all of the divisions, even the good from the bad and shit, that's all one. They're all spectrums of the same light. Ever still, the self is swifter than thought. The self being, again, that God spirit, swifter than thought. That spirit, that energy is in the air that you breathe. You can't think without even having air in your body. Before you could take a next breath, spirit there and exhaled out before your thought even come out. Your pores done inhale the oxygen, then inhale the earth, then inhale the sunshine. That's spirit. Then drank the water. That's spirit. Swifter than thought. Though motionless, the vibration of spirit is so rapid that it like spinners. You know how spinners look like they standing still a little bit. Same thing with spirit. Spirit is so rapid, moving so fast that it don't look like spirit moving. You can't see big great spirit going because it's going so fast, you can't see the shit. But you can see the shit because that's what everything that materializes is. The material, the things that we can touch are slower vibrations. This rock is vibrating at a slower speed than the air. You know what I'm saying? The air is vibrating at a faster speed than the water. Either way, it's all about vibrations. We're just gonna leave it there. If you get it, it's for you. If not, coming soon. On to verse 5. Like I said, without self, never could life exist. Without self, that great spirit, the Holy Spirit, never could life exist. Never could there be sunlight. Never could there be water. Never could there be earth. Never could there be air. The four essential elements, and then you have ether, which is that spirit, or aka the self. The self seems to move, but is ever still. He seems far away, but is ever near. He is within all, and he transcends all. Transcends all. Not only, it's like to be both. To be with all, but above all at the same time. Everything is a piece of it, but it's also a piece of everything. It's just, it goes into some deep spaces, but we're going to keep it going. So, those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no fear. Those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no grief. How can the multiplicity of life delude the ones who see its unity? I'm going to read that just one more time, because I don't think y'all get it. It was what I was saying when I was telling the doctors and telling the people, like, I see spirit, I see God. Those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no fear. Those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no grief. How can the multiplicity of life delude the ones who see its unity? How can the multiplicity of life give delusion to the ones that see that we all are one? How can all these different parts of God, throw off the ones that see that God is in all these things? It doesn't. The self is everywhere. Bright is the self, indivisible, untouched by sin, wise, immanent, and transcendent. It is who holds the cosmos together. He it is who holds the cosmos together. So, same thing, the self is everywhere. Bright is the self, indivisible, untouched by sin, wise, immanent, and transcendent. He it is who holds the cosmos together. Indivisible. No matter how much people try to say, well, I'm this, and that's that, and well, there's there, and here's here. No matter how you label it, it all is a piece of that one spiritual self. It all is a piece of the Holy Spirit, of the ether that give things life and energy, the electricity, the vibrations of everything. They all vibrate from the same central space, whether it's good or whether it's bad. That's why it's untouched by sin, because you see the unity in the sin. How that darkness gives light, how the yang gives the yin, how the masculine fits into the feminine. Untouched by sin, wise, immanent, and transcendent above all of that shit. So my battery about to die. And we're gonna go from there, because I will keep reading and keep reading. So for now, that's what we have for the Upanishads. We read the Isha Upanishad verses 1 through 8. Gave my little rendition on it. Put some street knowledge on it. Brought some Jimmy up in this bitch. I'm finna do my administrative work because I got a meeting coming up. A bitch still got bills. They say life is but a dream, but bitch, close your eyes long enough and you gonna stumble over something. So I'm about to get back to work and take it back to this third dimension. So I can have things done. But I hope you got something from today's message. I look forward to doing part 2 and just reading through the complete Isha Upanishads with you. But until then, it's your girl Sabrina Jure. This is the Bare Soul Meditation Lounge. And we going to Upanishad church today, bitch. Okay? So yeah, we're gonna go through this book from cover to cover. I don't play by my literature, y'all. So I hope y'all don't either. Cover to cover. See you next time. I love you dearly.